The Nigerian Law Enforcement Agency, the EFCC, was set up by law not only to investigate, but also to punish criminals and wrongdoers. The EFCC boss, Abdul Rashid Bawa, has let it be known that the agency has so far recovered 30 billion naira from the suspended, Accountant General of the Federation, Ahmed Idris. According to the EFCC boss, the agency is not a tool in the hands of some influential individuals. As far as it is concerned, the EFCC is independent enough to investigate the suspended Attorney General over the 109 billion naira fraud case. Now, a curious hint by Bawa is that the 7.1 billion naira fraud case against former Abia governor and now new chief whip of the Senate, Orji Uzor is still on. We watch and wait. Paul.
Well, I don't know. My feeling here is somewhat ambivalent. On one hand, I'm very happy that 30 billion naira has been recovered, and it's fine if the EFCC is doing all of this. On the other hand, I'm not so happy. I'm worried that there is too much of easy money within the system. People can freely just siphon funds by reason of the office they hold. We are talking about 30 billion, and not 30,000 naira. Not
Paul, a billion naira is a million in 1,000 places. So we know what you are talking about.
Yes. So it's become so easy for people to steal money. So if the EFCC is saying that, well, it's independent, I hope it's truly independent, because well, gone are the days when I hope truly that those days are gone, when there was this power tussle between the AGF and the Attorney General of the Federation and the EFCC chairman. We still remember what ostensibly led to the house staff.
Does the EFCC boss report to the Minister of Justice?
Yes. Yeah. However, the EFCC boss should be independent enough to carry out investigation. I mean, you shouldn't micromanage. The fact that he reports to the Minister of Justice or Attorney General does not mean that he should be micromanaged. He is there to do his job. He is not supposed to be at the mercy of the whims and caprices of the AGF. So I hope he's truly independent. But one thing that also worries me is that, it's not enough to say we've recovered. They've recovered that money. How tight has the EFCC prepared its case in court? Because, you can arraign a suspect, you can arrest a suspect, you can say you seize funds and all of that. But we want to see those suspects, when they are defendants, when they take them to court, want to see them become convicts. If truly there's a case against them. We don't want the judge, the court to throw out cases because of lack of diligent prosecution or evidence not being tight and all of that.
We have seen some prima facie cases lost by the FCC.
That's the issue.
Emeka, Nigerians are not a hard people to please. They are not fastidious. But do you blame them for being, what do you call them now, for being too suspicious of the EFCC, especially at a time like this? And for that matter, are you inebriated with a story about Orji Uzor?
Well, okay, let me just quickly answer that of Orji Uzor. I mean, I hope the FCC is not trying to run itself into double jeopardy. I mean, so trying to subject Orji Uzor to double jeopardy, because I think that's a principle in law that you cannot, since the prosecution didn't go diligently according to the court, it was struck out due to one or two defects. So, still talking about arraigning him, we'll watch and see what they are going to do.
Yeah.
Then, corruption is the biggest threat to this nation.
It is. I agree.
The way people easily have access to public funds.
Free money.
No, it's not free, because this money belongs to the people.
Emeka, I use the word advisedly. Free money. When you see viral videos, whether or not they are true, you wonder how those monies got there.
When you say free money, it's like what some companies do: buy one, get one free. Take some drinks, And then if you can find one number or one alphabet, you have a crate or something. That is free. But money belonging to the people cannot be said to be free because this is money that ought to go to projects. Every year we have a budget.
Emeka, don't be enraged because I use the word free. Hold on. Before we came on, Paul was there. I said in Japan, don't let the state get to you. Commit harakiri. In China, you are killed outright. But in Nigeria, no, sir.
You see, we must find a way. So many people have said all kinds of things about tackling corruption. But we must get to the root of all of this. We must do something drastic about it because the nation is sinking. Every year we have budgets. The federal government, state government, local governments present budgets. But the implementation of this budget doesn't go beyond 30% at the best. Now, the remaining 70% is money belonging to Nigerians. That's why I say it's not free because this is money that should go into providing various services. We talk of insecurity. Is it not because the money that should be used to buy weapons, equip the police, equip the military, civil defense and all that, is in the pockets of people? And we're talking of insecurity as if it's one phantom.
Emeka,
meanwhile,
those monies are in their pockets freely. Go on.
Freely because the system is rigged in such a way
that checkmate them.
That we can have successive accountants general stealing billions of naira. You see, when we talk about corruption, let us address it. Is it stealing? Is it stealing? Because when we say corruption, it's just one very fancy word.
A vague word.
One very fancy word. No. Let's break it down to stealing. Because when you put your hand to the public till, I mean, just like going to somebody's farm and you are caught in somebody's farm.
Yeah.
In this case, it's the public farm, the farm belonging to Nigerians. You are caught there, maybe uprooting a tuber of yam or stealing stealing corn. In this case, because you are the Accountant General of the Federation, you have easy access to funds, you can rig the system, you can tamper with IPPIS, which was one of the reasons for which ASU went on strike for 8 months, and there is no drastic punishment. You see, we should stop deceiving ourselves in this country. One of the problems we have is that if somebody is caught, his or her kinsman will come and say, no, yes, we know he's a thief, but your own brother is a bigger thief than mine. One thing we should know is this: all of those things affect us as a people. Whether it's my kinsman or it's your kinsman or whoever, the kinsman of anybody, it affects all of us. So we must find a way to put an end, or at least bring down this stealing. So this man, 30 billion out of 109 billion. Yeah. There was even a report that said it was up to 200 billion. Look at the facility he built in his state for agricultural purposes. A serving officer using public funds to decorate his hometown. You see, perhaps we need to get to the point where we'll have special courts and maybe stealing, not corruption, stealing should be punishable by death sentence or life imprisonment.
Paul, you know, what's heartbreaking here is the laws are there to nail these people by. So where is the problem? The will.
That's just because you have talked about it, says the will. But I love what the maker said. Let's break it down to stealing. I mean, the man, that public office holder who operates from a well-conditioned office and serve coffee every morning, but takes diverse public fund into his private pocket, it's not different from a copper burglar. That's one who scales your fence, where you are not at, and breaks through your window and steals your iPhone or phone. You understand? I mean, if you catch that kind of, if you catch who does that
at a bus stop,
the person will be beaten black and blue,
will be
and
killed,
will shout, ole.
Will be killed.
The truth of the matter is that man, that minister, that public office holder who steals billions, it's the same spirit. That in fact, that one is worse. But what do? We decorate them, we praise them, we call them, sometimes we invite them to programs. Yeah. They give what's it called? Awards. Lectures and all of that. We even give them awards. You know, you talk about the laws. The laws are there. The problem we have in this country is not that we don't have laws. Yes, the laws could be made better, but what have we done with those we have? We keep hearing of people stealing money, billions and billions and billions. It has become part of our life. Corruption, I say it, corruption is probably the biggest institution.
I don't want to go into the polemics of whether stealing is corruption, corruption is stealing. If you dip your hand into the public till, you should pay for it because the laws,
part of the problem is also the law.
Okay.
You charge these people with money laundering, which is 7 years. It's just like saying if you spray naira notes, you go to jail. If I'm a rich man, I can spray naira notes 100 times. It is 6 months imprisonment with an option of fine of 50,000 naira.
Let's even apply the
So what you do is that you even make committing the crime attractive.
All right, please let's quickly talk with Afolabi. He's reaching us from Songo in Ogun State. Afolabi, I greet you. Welcome. Afolabi, are you there? Wow. We lost the contact to him. So
what I'm saying is that you make crime attractive by the kind of punishment you attach to that offense. Money laundering, 7 years. So EFCC will just multiply the counts. Along the line, they will reduce the counts or increase the counts and just be wasting the time of the court. Why not in the law put it clearly, whether it is stealing, whether it is whatever, life imprisonment. And then make it a shorter route, a quick route that if for so and so offenses defined this way or defined this way, the minimum punishment you can get away with is 15 years in jail. So when you do that and people are sent to jail, it makes it easy. Okay, a senator was convicted and quickly taken to jail, but you still have governors who have been on trial since 2003. What are we talking about? So is it because this senator is not well connected?
For me, even if you make it life imprisonment and you make it whatever death sentence, the truth is if we are not serious about investigating and prosecuting, it's still going to be the same situation. That's the truth of the matter.
But Paul, you remember a little story I shared with you earlier on outside before we came on. I said at Ojota here, not too far from us here, there are 2 foot bridges within 150 meters of each other. People still keep getting killed between them. But it doesn't stop God. It is about the choices we make.
Exactly.
That's all.
No, you know the thing is this. There's corruption all over the world.
Yes.
Even in the advanced countries, United States, UK. I will say it's clear that they're also a part of the problem. They're a part of the problem because
who are these?
I'm talking of the developed nations, the Western nations.
Okay.
The receiver of stolen goods is as guilty as the thief. The Abacha loot should have taught us a lesson. There were a lot of papers that came out of the Abacha loot experience. But how come it is that these Western nations still receive money from our politicians? Then something is wrong somewhere. They should also check themselves.
Emeka, I hope you won't go to court here. All right. Government is listening to us. This whole thing is about the choices we make as a people, as a polity. EFCC, I wish you Godspeed. And EFCC boss, you can do more than you're doing. We wish you well.